Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we all know that I love a shirt, but I've never made a shirt dress until now. But I've decided that the time has come. So I'm not just going to make one shirt dress, I'm going to make several shirt dresses. And I've got some patterns to talk to you about and some new fabric to show you. So if that interests you, please stick around. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and I'm the Carpe Diem Stitcher. So as I said in the intro, I've decided that I want to make some shirt dresses. You might remember that I said back in my spring plans video that I was thinking I might want to make some shirt dresses, and I also said that I wanted to make a dress for a special occasion, which is an engagement party that we're going to in June. And at the time I was looking at making something like the Avid Seamstress A-line dress in a viscose that I already owned. And then I kind of thought about it and I thought actually the colours in that were really quite autumnal, so it would be better to wait and use that for something else later in the year. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, you know what, actually, I think I'd really quite like to make a shirt dress for the engagement party. But I looked at the ones I've got in terms of patterns, and I am going to make some of those, but I couldn't quite reconcile myself to saying that's the one that I wanted to make for the engagement party. So I've bought myself a new pattern for that, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I thought I'd also quite like to make some of the ones I've already got. So I'm going to talk to you about a couple of patterns that I do already own and some fabric that I'm thinking of making those in. And then I want to toile the one that I'm going to do for the engagement party. So I've got a toile fabric to show you and also the fabric that I'm hoping to make the final version up in. So let's get started. So the first pattern that I'm thinking of making is this one, and this is the Alex dress by Sew Over It, and this is in the City Break ebook, which I've already got, and in fact I'd already got the PDF for this printed out. And so I've decided I want to give this one a go, and you'll see, because I've printed out the pictures, that you can make this up in a variety of fabrics, and actually you can also make it as a shirt. Lisa's wearing it here in a kind of fairly rigid cotton and much more a kind of day dress look, and there it's made up in a much floatier fabric, so you can do it to get a kind of evening look if you like. What I'm not sure about, though I might give it a go, is whether I want the dropped hem, so whether I want it to look like a shirt tail at the bottom, or whether I'm just going to probably do it at the length of the back one and just do it all the way around. Actually, no, maybe the front. I don't know. We'll see. But that's the first one. And to go with this, I have chosen this fabric. And this, all the first few fabrics that I've got are from Pound Fabrics, which is a new to me fabric shop. But both Rachel from Stitched Up and Beck from What Beck Sews have done hauls of fabric from Pound Fabrics, and both sort of spoken very highly about what the quality was like. So I thought I'd give it a go, and this I just couldn't get out of my head. I kept looking at it and thinking I really like that. So in the end I decided that this would make a really good fabric for a first go at the Alex dress. And this is called Pink Flower Sketch on Navy Cotton Poplin. So it is quite structured. It's 58 inches wide, and I got 3 meters of it, and that was £4 a meter. So £12 for 3 meters of fabric I think is great, and I just think it's really pretty. So it's fundamentally sort of purpley navy, and then it's got these flowers in different shades of pink, and then what I really love is these pops of white on it. I just think it's really pretty. So that's my first fabric, and it feels beautiful. Feels really nice and soft. So none of these have been washed yet. So once I've finished filming, one of my tasks for today is to get them overlocked and pop them in the washer. Though I have to say it keeps raining, which is really annoying. So I'm not sure how much line drying is going to get done, but we'll see. So that's the first one. So, and I'm probably going to make the smallest size in the Alex, because having looked at the sizes, it's got a lot of ease in it. So I think I'll probably be fine with the smallest size because it's not very fitted. You can get a fitting with a belt, but it isn't a particularly fitted dress, so I think that will be fine. Second one is the cape dress. So this is from the next ebook that Lisa Comfort did, and this is the Work to Weekend one. So you'll see it's slightly more structured, and it's got a hidden placket going down there, and then this slit. And yes, so that's the second one I want to give a go. In some ways I'm less convinced about this one, and I can't quite work out why. But I think it might need a slightly drapier fabric than the Alex, or rather, you know, the Alex will tolerate a more structured fabric, whereas this one maybe won't. So I've got this, which is a John Loudon, and it's called Fireworks Cotton Batik fabric. That's the wrong side, I think that's the right side. So it's just got these wonderful starbursts all over it. And this was £6.50 a metre, and I got 3 metres of it. But it's quite soft and quite drapey. I think if this one works out, I might then make another one in, I think I showed you before, I've got a cotton lawn, which is called something like Tokyo Nights. It's a Lady McElroy. I'll pop a little snapshot of it up here for you so you can see the one I'm talking about. Although I have also got a shirt dress pattern in a book called So Many Dresses, So Little Time. So I might end up making that at some point, though that's not one that's in my immediate plans. Okay, so they're the first two, and they're the cotton fabrics that I bought. So then I got to thinking a bit more about what I wanted for the engagement party. And the pattern that I eventually decided to go for is this one, and I'll put a picture up here for you. And it is from Atelier Jupe. So the same designer as does the Frida blouse, which I'm also interested in making. And so I bought this in PDF, and it says about it that it's an elegant shirt dress with a gathered back and a flowing skirt. Sleeves are kind of 4/5 length, so kind of bracelet length, and gathered at the sleeve trim. And you can make it with a standard button placket, or you can make it with a hidden button placket. And you can have either a regular shirt collar or a kind of stand-up collar like that. And then you can put a self fabric belt with it. And I really like this because it's quite nice and drapey, and because of the relatively long sleeves. And I thought, well, if I make it in a thinnish fabric, then, you know, the sleeves will mean that I'm not too cool. And I just really liked it. I just think it's really pretty. So if I show you the line drawings, if you can see that on my iPad, hopefully there's not too much glare on it. There you go. So you can see. And the fabric that it advises you to use is light or medium weight fabric like viscose, tencel, cotton, linen or polyester. Now, when I first looked at the sizing on this, I thought I might need to make bigger than I actually think I will, having had another measure of myself. And the maximum amount of fabric that this takes is, if you do the shirt collar, it's just under 3.5 metres, 3 metres 35 centimetres. And I managed to get, for my final fabric, I managed to get a remnant, which is 3.6 metres, which was great. But what I got to do my toiles, a wearable toiles, I got this viscose challis from Pound Fabrics, and it's described as feathers, pink green colourway, viscose chalet fabric. Now, I can't see these as feathers for the life of me. I think they're leaves. So let me know what you think. But I think they're leaves. And I think this is pretty. It actually feels reasonably solid, not too what's the word? Delicate, I suppose. Yeah, and I like that. I think you know, that should be quite a pretty, hopefully, if I don't mess it up, wearable toile. So my plan is to make one up in this as a wearable toile, and then if that works out okay and I get the fit right, then I will go ahead and make up a second one for the actual party. But I think I'd get lots of wear out of this. It's quite a practical colour, and I think a shirt dress for me would probably be something that I would reach for more than something like the A-line dress at this stage, because I think it's just that little bit more casual. So I'm thinking of doing the one with the stand-up collar rather than the shirt collar on this one, because I'll have shirt collars on the Alex and the Kate. So the plan with this one is to go with the kind of stand-up collar. And then I managed to get a fabric from Sherwood Fabrics, which is a remnant, and this is also a viscose chalet, but it's a Lady McElroy. I think it's called Rainbow, something like that. I'll pop the name up down here because I've forgotten the name, but it's just stunning, isn't it? It's beautiful. So this was my remnant, and it's actually pretty opaque, so I don't think I'm going to line it. I don't think I'd need to line it. I'd be really interested in comments on whether or not it is worth lining it. I mean, obviously not in a kind of underlining way, but whether it's worth creating a second garment, if you like, as a lining. But I think hopefully it should be all right. And I think, you know, I can always put, I don't know, a cami or something underneath if I feel it's a bit translucent on the day. But yeah, I think that's really pretty, and I think again it's got nice bright colours and it's a bit more abstract. So although it's not completely summery colours, it's not as autumnal as the other fabric that I've got, which is kind of autumn flowers, so it just feels a bit more September, October, if a fabric can feel September, October. So that's my final fabric, and they're really my plans for what I'm thinking of doing in terms of shirt dresses. So let me know what you think. The other thing I'd be really interested to know is, you might have noticed in this video that I haven't talked in detail about the sizing on the patterns, because I had a comment on my last video that somebody felt I didn't need to do that, and I said, well, I do it because I'm doing it to be inclusive, so that people who watch the videos can find out, you know, what the size is and what it goes up to and what it starts at. But also I do link the patterns. I always link the patterns and where you can find the details in the description box, so I can see that it might be a bit clunky. So I thought I'd try without, and I would just talk to you about sizes relative to me and what sizes I might make in terms of, you know, I said some have got a lot of ease and that kind of thing. But let me know what you think. Do you like to know what the sizes are, or do you just think, oh, well, if you like it, you'll go and look it up anyway? Be really interested to know what you think. So this is going to be part one of this week's Friday Sews, because it's a specific topic around shirt dresses. But I also am going to film now. I'm going to film a kind of chatty catch-up. So I'm going to talk to you a bit about France and what I did in France in terms of getting sewing stuff, because yes, I did buy some sewing stuff, or crafting stuff, I suppose, more generally. And also I've got a few more bits to show you that I've bought, but they're not related to shirt dresses, so I thought I'd pop them in a separate video. And I'm going to talk to you about my sewing plans for this weekend. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please if you could give me a thumbs up down below, that would be great, please. And if you haven't subscribed already and you want to think about subscribing, that would also be lovely. I'd love to have you along. That would be great. And if you would like to, please head over and watch Friday Sews Part 2. But that's all for this video. Thanks very much. Bye.